I cannot believe that it actually worked. I ended up with one of my most original nano shrimp tanks because of one strange conversation. One hasty decision on my side, one funny comment from the seller, and somehow I have an actual functioning waterfall standing right here on my desk. So let me explain what happened and how I built it. Okay, so get this. I was visiting my local tropical fish market and saw this strange shallow aquarium with crazy low price tag. So I asked, why is it so cheap? And the seller told me that nobody knows what to do with it. Apparently, he had this tank for years and just couldn't get rid of it. So I said, you can create a small iwagumi, moss jungle, tiny waterfall. And this is when he started laughing at me. A waterfall? Are you crazy? Well, what if I am? And this was the moment when we both knew that I will buy it. So let's get to work. I will use this light for this build. It should work great because it's very adjustable and I can point it to any direction I want. It also has a good height for this kind of design. I will start my build from the most difficult part, creating our waterfall. All the rest will be much easier to do, so let's keep it for later. To create the base for it, I will use those small pieces of mangrove wood. They should be perfect for that because they are very thin and tall. This will allow me to create something that resembles hollow tree trunk. See? Something like this. Okay, I guess I need to secure it, but you get my point. But anyway, with only a few drops of glue, there we are. See? My structure is perfectly rigid and stable. How cool is this? And I have to say, it really looks like a big, hollow, dead tree. And it's just full of small details that make it look much bigger. I'm thinking that it might also use more smaller pieces that will help with installation of our waterfall, but I will decide as I go. But now, let's work on the key part of this build. I need to fit this small filter in there. Luckily, I can put it right under my tree. Check this out. It fits there perfectly. Now, the outflow is behind the tree and the filter inlet is right under it. This should generate perfect water flow through the substrate when it's all done. Now I need to make sure that it can actually raise the water high enough. So let's connect it to this tube. It should take only a few seconds. Oh, come on. Please. Oh my god. Okay, piece of cake. And there we are. Perfectly placed filtration with adjustable outflow that I can move around and place anywhere. But it's well hidden and you cannot really see it, can you? Before I run my test, I want to secure it with small pebbles. They will keep everything together, but also they will protect this filtration from clogging too easily. At least that's the theory. This is how it looks for now. Next, I'm filling it with water to run my test and see what kind of effect we can expect. I'm doing this because later it will be impossible for me to do any major changes. If there is something fundamentally wrong, now is the time to change it. Luckily, results are very promising and water is flowing as expected. And I can use this filter to pump this water out of this tank. Very useful. Now it's time to hide this filtration. I can do that with one single rock, like this one. It looks great, brings additional details into the build, and hides the filter very well. Next, I fill the tank with active soil. Because I used those pebbles earlier, it will not block my filter, but it will fill all the remaining gaps. And look how much better it all looks right now. It already looks very cool. And finally, it's important to also fill the tree trunk with active soil. This is the key to the entire design, because later I will plant some cool plants in there. See that? It's like a natural plant pot. So let's use it and start planting. I will start from the front and plant this great looking H cuba that I propagated myself. If you want to know how, I will link a video about it in the description. Okay, it looks great. Next I will place few pieces of Hygrophila pinnatifida here at the back. I'm hoping that after a while it can grow out of water. It would look so cool, but we will have to wait and see. And now to the main point. I will plant this piece of Monte Carlo right here in the heart of our waterfall. This is why I made this tree hollow, and this is why I was filling it with active soil, to provide proper place and nutrients for this plant. It's above the water level, but with proper tweaking of our waterfall, I'm hoping that water can flow through this plant and back into the tank. So it should be wet all the time and create perfect conditions for Monte Carlo to grow. It looks better and better, doesn't it? Now I will stick this piece of moss on top of my waterfall to hide the tubing. There, you see? I should be able to move it and direct the water exactly where I want it. Cool, right? Okay, we are slowly getting there. This is exciting. In your face, laughing guy. But let's finish planting with small piece of crypt right there. This way we will have a good plant diversity. It always creates an optical illusion that the tank is much bigger than it really is. I will also place few more stones right there. They look great and they will secure my soil from shifting to the front. And I have to say, this tank looks fantastic even without water. But I have to fill it, so let's do it now. It looks amazing. So many details, interesting design, different plants, and looks so much bigger than it really is. And it's all without our main feature. I can also move my light to find the best position for my plants and overall looks. But what about our waterfall? Well, let's test it. Please work, please work. Yes, I knew it's gonna work. So cool. And check this. I can move my outflow to manipulate where the water will flow through my plants. Look now. Isn't it great? A few tweaks with the placement and it works like a charm. What a result. It's still very fresh, but the concept works. But I want to show you the final result. For me, it's few weeks of waiting, but for you, it will take only a second. I could watch this small beauty for hours. It's green, wild, beautiful, and because of this waterfall feature, it's incredibly calming. I love it. It looks and works better than I expected. All the plants are doing just great. H. cuba is very healthy and grows fantastic. Crypto shows great colors and there are no signs of melting. This Hygrophila, okay, here I had some problems. I had to replace big part of it because it was just melting like crazy. But this is a new plant and this one is doing really good. Moss seems to be very happy as well and it starts to spread a little bit. But the real star of the show is this Monte Carlo. I have basically a waterfall of Monte Carlo growing like crazy directly from my tree. I think that this one is the best looking and healthiest and fastest growing Monte Carlo I ever had. And it all looks amazing. I placed few cherry shrimp in this tank and they are also doing fine. They complete the entire setup very well and bring a lot of color into it. I don't think I will be keeping them here in a long run, because this tank is just too small for them. But it doesn't seem to be a problem. Besides, this tank has an obvious design problem. It's impossible to clean the filtration, so at some point it might be an issue. But I knew that from the start, and after all this time, there is just no sign of any issues. And one other thing, that tank in general is amazingly clean. I forgot that I could develop problems with algae because I never saw any signs of it. I think it's because that filter is pulling all water through the substrate. That means that entire tank works like a huge filtration system. It's already weeks since I created it, and it looks brand new. How amazing is that? So, at this point, I just want to thank the guy that sold it to me, and I want to thank him for manipulating me, because I think he played me into buying it. But you know what? I have no regrets. And who knows, if this video becomes popular, maybe he can see it someday? So, be sure to leave a like and comment below what you think of it. For now, thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next one.